Okay, so now that we have our composition ready to go, you might be wondering, how am I going to submit this document? Well, we cannot see it here the way that the screen is recording, but up in the top of your screen, you'll see the apple, you'll see Photoshop, and you'll see File. You'll click on File, and we're going to kind of do it the old school way because I want to show you how to save it as both a Photoshop document as well as the final submission. So we're going to come down to Save As, and we're going to name this exercise 1 and underscore Stratford. However you find it best to manage it is fine. You can save it to a hard drive. That's what I would recommend. So I would toggle here and I would save to an external hard drive if you have that. And first off, I would always save, just as a best practice, always save a working file of all of your compositions in case you ever need to go back. So in that case, we're going to leave the format as Photoshop. Why is that? When we leave the format as Photoshop, what's going to happen is you're going to be able to access all of your layers on the right-hand side if you ever need to go back and make an adjustment. So always keep a working file for every program that we are going to use. Now, let's say we're ready to actually submit our final submission. You are not going to submit a Photoshop format. Rather, you are going to toggle down and you can select a JPEG format. Additionally, you can also select a PNG format, but we'll just go with JPEG for now. It's always a safe bet. And we are going to save a copy of this. Again, save the JPEG to an external hard drive. You are going to hit save. You're going to hit OK. And now you should be able to access your file for your final submission. There is another way to also export this, which I'll just show you real quick, and it's pretty simple. You can go to File. You can also use a PNG format, so you can, where did it go? Quick export as a PNG, and that will just give you the quick export option. Again, always select your destination, which will probably be an external hard drive, and then save it as, exercise. Let's see, you don't want to hit that dot, but let's say exercise 1, Stratford. Save. Okay, so just to reiterate, always save a working file. File, save as, name it exercise 1 underscore your last name to an external hard drive, and save as Photoshop. Again, so you always have a working file. This is going to come in handy if you ever need to go back and make any edits, especially if you submit something that I think looks funky and you need to go back and edit it. Once I have okayed that, you will then come back here, save it as, we don't want that dot in there, exercise 1, your last name. Let's just say I have an external hard drive here instead of my desktop, and then you're going to select JPEG format. Now that is going to just save it as a JPEG. You won't be able to access any of these layers. Once you have saved it, I'm just going to replace it since I've already saved it. You won't have any access to those layers. So now you'll just see, if you go to open the JPEG format, you will only see the final image. You won't have any access over those layers. So please keep that in mind as you are working with your file. Back up frequently and save to an external hard drive as a working file. You can also do this in Google Drive. So if you need to save a PSD to Google Drive, that is okay too. You won't be able to view it in Google Drive usually, but you will be able to reopen all the layers as is in Photoshop. Please let me know if you have any questions there, and I will talk to you soon.